Hey guys, Eugene Mulero, congressional reporter at Transport Topic, and with me is Jonathan Reiskin, associate news editor at Transport Topics. We're still waiting to hear from Senate leaders as to when they're going to call to the floor a fiscal 2017 transportation funding bill that includes a hours of service provision that has been really much talked about across the industry. It sets at 73 the allowable work time for truck drivers. I spoke with opponents of that measure, and what they're telling me is that they expect several senators, primarily Cory Booker of New Jersey, to take to the floor and object to this. On the House side, Jonathan, what we're waiting for is next week. House appropriators are likely to mark up, most likely May 18th, their version of the bill. This is the fiscal 2017 transportation funding bill. So we're keeping tabs on Congress, but you've been writing about the Central States Pension Fund, and a lot of people, this has been really much talked about.
Yes, it has, Eugene. It concerns a Teamsters fund for some central states. I think most of us have heard of pension funds where there is one company and the money goes to all the employees. Here it's a bit of a twist because the thread of commonality is that the recipients are all Teamsters, but they're multiple employers. UPS, in its most recent quarterly earnings report, brought this to the fore, saying they might have to take a charge against earnings of about $3.5 billion, anywhere from 3.2 up to 3.8 billion, depending upon what happens. Most recently, last Friday, Kenneth Feinberg, a man who's made quite a career in wallowing through complex issues, rebuffed central states, saying that the proposal to reconfigure central states did not pass muster with the 2014 pension law. So it goes back to the boards. Central states has to figure out something to do. A lot of the recipients said that they're happy this proposal was not, this proposal was rejected, but the numbers dug up by our colleague, the indefatigable Rip Watson, are pretty staggering in that last year, $3.46 in retirement benefits for every dollar paid in by active workers. There's a lot more money going out very quickly as compared to what's coming in, so a fix has to be found, even if it's not the one that just got rejected, and we will be following this both in print and online. And
what is the big thing, the next thing to happen?
The next thing that has to happen is that central states has to come up with a second plan for keeping the funds solvent and submit it to scrutiny by the Treasury Department.
And is that a document that mediator Feinberg will be closely looking at?
Yes. I mean, Feinberg gave guidance to central states saying, if you want this to pass, you have to do A, B, and C. He laid out several conditions. So one has to think that central states will keep that in mind because they're rapidly cruising towards some severe problems if they don't do something in the near future.
That's right, and we're talking some big players involved in this. And Jonathan, you're tracking this, our colleague Rip Watson, and we have a lot of updates and in-depth coverage on ttnews.com. And for Capital Agenda, please tune in on Tuesdays and check us out. Thanks.